Welcome to SENDiass4BCP's webinar on making a parental request for an education, health and care needs assessment. Today we'll be talking a little bit about SENDiass4BCP and our service. What is an education, health and care plan and who can apply for one? How to make your parental request. What to expect after you've made your request. And I will also share with you some useful information, such as how you can access some additional support should you need it.
SENDiass stands for Special Educational Needs and Disability Information, Advice and Support Service. And by law, every local authority should have a SENDiass service available for children, young people and their families in their local area.
We are a free, impartial, confidential and arm's-length service for children and young people up to the age of 25 with special educational needs and disabilities and their parent carers living in Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole.
This means that although we are funded by the local authority, we operate separately from the services which have responsibility for making provisions for children, young people and their families.
Everything is kept confidential unless we believe someone to be at risk of harm. We provide information, advice and support with relations to education, social and healthcare matters,
including signposting to services, knowing your options and rights, as well as the responsibilities of schools, colleges and the local authority.
We provide support for things such as the EHCP process, preparing for meetings, resolving disagreements, support with exclusions and appeals to the SEND Tribunal.
Our aim is to promote independence and self-advocacy to enable children, young people and their parents and carers to engage in discussions and decisions about support and provision as fully as possible.
So, what is an education, health and care plan? An EHC plan is a legal document creating legal duties on local authorities and clinical commissioning groups for children, young people with special educational needs. It must cover educational needs and special educational provision. It may also include health and/or social care needs and provision. And it's for children who require more support than what is available through special educational needs support. Who can apply for an EHC Needs Assessment? The child or young person's school or college can apply for an EHC Needs Assessment after speaking with you first. The parent or carer of the child or young person can apply for an EHC Needs Assessment. Or a young person aged 16 to 25 can apply for an EHC Needs Assessment in their own right. When making a parental request, consider speaking with your child's class teacher or the school's SENCO. It may be that more SEN support can be put in place first, or any concerns can be addressed in other ways. It is beneficial to gain the support of the school before making a request, and they may offer to put in a request themselves. To make a parental request for an EHC Needs Assessment, you will need to make a request in writing to the local authority. You will find a template letter available on our website along with many other resources. You can send the request along with any additional evidence by either email or post. We will give further details on this later on. The local authority then have a duty to inform you of their decision within 6 weeks of receipt of your request or the date it was emailed. If a local authority is requested to carry out an EHC Needs Assessment, they must do 2 things. Firstly, they must establish whether the child or young person has or may have special educational needs. Secondly, whether they may need special educational provision to be made through an EHC plan. If the answer to both of these questions is yes, then they must carry out an EHC Needs Assessment. So in making a request for an EHC Needs Assessment, this is what we will need to evidence. To demonstrate the first part of the test, whether the child or young person has or may have special educational needs, you will need to give some information about the nature, extent, and context of the child or young person's SEN. You may wish to consider: how is your child doing at school? Are they meeting age-related expectations? Are they meeting their milestones? Are they showing a consistent rate of progress? Have you any reports from professionals, for example, an educational psychologist or an occupational therapist, speech and language therapist, or CAMS? Have they made any recommendations? What support is the school already providing? Do they have an individual education plan or individual behaviour plan? Are they on the SEN register? Are they engaging? Are they able to attend? Have they been able to make friends? Do they have a physical disability or a health need which requires more support? Does your child have any sensory needs? Are they able to regulate their emotions? And do they have a diagnosis? To demonstrate the second part of the test, whether they may need special educational provision to be made through an EHC plan, you may want to consider: how would an EHC plan benefit them? Do you feel the school is able to provide your child with the level of support they require? Do you feel all of your child's needs have been identified? Has a professional advised you to do an application? Remember to send any evidence you have to support your application. After submitting your parental request, the local authority will first contact your child's school, or if not enroll at school, if appropriate, their last educational setting. They will look at your child's attainments and rate of progress, their special educational needs, what has already been done, the difference that support has made, your child's physical, emotional, and social development and health needs. The local authority must decide, based on the legal test, whether they will be conducting an EHC Needs Assessment and inform you within 6 weeks of receipt of your application or date the email was sent. If they decide not to conduct an EHC Needs Assessment, they must tell you the reasons why and give you notice of your right of appeal. If you have not had a response by the 6 weeks deadline, you can contact the local authority and request the decision. If you require further support with making a parental request, you can visit our website, SENDiass4BCP.org, where you will find lots of free resources to support you. You can email us at help@SENDiass4BCP.org, or you can contact our advice line, open Monday to Thursday, 9:30 till 12:30.